It's a great day to talk hockey with Grant McCagg on Habscast.
Cheers, everyone. Habs go up 2-1. Yet another decisive victory. 4-goal. Beat them by 4 goals, 2 straight games. What a difference a series makes. We got joined by Rick here. There's Rick. Good day, Rick.
Hello. Hi, everyone.
Nice to have those games that you don't have to. You're on the edge of your seat with a minute left, saying, "Please don't tie it up. Please don't tie it up." Pretty crazy.
I loved it. It was just a great group contribution. That's what you like to see come playoffs time. You don't want the team to be led by one line. It was not. Everybody was there. It was awesome.
Yeah, sorry guys. I thought I'd go quickly here, but I forgot to. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I could.
Okay. Okay. How's that for Mike? There. You can hear me now, right?
Oh yeah, loud and clear.
Okay. Sorry, guys. I had to put on my good mic. I'm gonna take a drink of my beer here. Liam will be joining us shortly. I think he's probably celebrating. Mark, here's forever a one-shot knockout. Yeah, I missed it. What happened there, Carrick? Apparently.
Yeah, it was a scrum and just he kept his glove on and he just punched him one hard. I don't know why Carrick in particular. I don't really hear much of him today because I saw milestones was around there.
I didn't even know he was playing. Sorry, Rick.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that Carrick was playing.
No, I didn't realize that.
No. Like Paul Carrick from Squeeze played as much as Sam Carrick tonight. Yes. Tempted by the fruit of another. This club. I'll maybe touch on this when Liam gets in here too, but they had a really physical series with Washington last year. It was a learning lesson. Very physical, demanding series with Tampa, where they prevailed in 7 games. They've learned what it takes compete-wise. They've had to step up another level in their compete. And so far, and then after going down, and again, facing adversity, right? Losing the first game 4-2 to Buffalo and facing adversity and realizing, hey, we have to reach another level with our competitiveness. I think they're as skilled as any team in the Eastern Conference, but it doesn't matter at playoff time if you're the most skilled team. If you don't win puck battles and just go 100% balls to the wall, you need to just that extra level of competitiveness to win puck battles, to win games at the playoffs. And it looks like they've learned that. Like the way they played the last 2 games, if they end up winning this series, Carolina swept the first 2, but I'm telling you that they're going to be they'll have their hands full with the Habs either team, if they place them in the next round, because Buffalo's going to have to find another compete level here. They've been competing, but they can't match Montreal's top level skill, like the top guys. The skill is there that I think is just a notch above Buffalo's. And if they can match or better the team on the other side, certainly, they're one of the class teams of the Eastern Conference, and they're full marks for being where they are right now, 2 games away from the Eastern final.
Yeah, right on. It's they believe in themselves and they believe in each other. It's a pack mentality. It's every shift counts. Everybody understands that they want to be a factor shift after shift after shift. I can't think of anybody tonight that was not really a factor for Montreal. Even a guy like Evans that might have been a bit more quiet than others was playing hard, playing the body. Playing a good positional game, helping the other guys on his line get on the other side of the ice and make things happen offensively. You mentioned it right where Slav was trying to get the puck to Caulfield because it's his teammate. It's good for the team if Caulfield breaks out of a slump. I want him to break out of a slump, and I'm going to contribute. Everybody just pulls for everybody else, right? If certain players are hotter, well, the first line accepts it and go, right, no problem, man. I want anybody to produce on this line. And that's what they're doing tonight. Scrums, everybody was involved, right? The minute something happened, we're all getting in there. We're all going to look out for each other. We're not going to back down. It's that mentality that I think is tiring almost for Buffalo. They're running, they're chasing, they're swarmed. They don't get a break, it seems. And at the end of the game, they look like they had nothing left. I was watching the game with my wife, daughter, and my daughter's friend, and she was saying, she goes, Buffalo looks tired. She said, and it's true. They did look exhausted chasing the Habs all night.
Yeah. Well, the Canadians are a fast team. They're like, New Hook, his speed. Got to give it to Alex. Hey, 4 goals. I did not like the look of those lines starting this series, and I said so after the first game. And what's Marty do? He keeps the lines together, and the next 2 games they score 11 goals. The Habs. So what do I know, right? It just further evidence of it doesn't matter who's on what line with this group. They're close. I think maybe putting the lines in the blender the way Marty did in the Tampa series boded well for him starting this series with completely new lines, and after the first period of the first game, not missing a beat when it comes to how they're playing. Because, I mean, hey, 10, 11-3, they have outscored them in the last 2 games. So, so much for this, one time in the Tampa series, there was a 2-goal lead in the whole series. And this series, it's rare that there's not a 2-goal lead so far, right? For one team or the other. So it's been pretty, hey, I don't mind at all. I could do without the suspense for 60 minutes. I'm fine with the Canadians winning 6-2. I've got no issue with that, Rick.
No, I feel the same way. It's good for the Habs to get that confidence, but and again, there was moments enough where they had to kind of tighten their defense a little bit on power plays, or when Buffalo made a bit of a push in the start of the third period and the end of the second, where they were trying to get the game back. So the Habs had to tighten it up, and they did fairly well. You want to get that offensive, that confidence in your offense, but you don't want to get so overconfident that you think that you could ignore your defense, and you're not seeing that from the Habs right now. When it's time to tighten up, they do that. They block shots. They said they win their puck battles. They don't let too many rebounds. They're able to get first on rebounds more often than not. And Dobish, as great as he is, he doesn't always have to make a second save. And when he does, he steps up to the plate too, because it's everybody's on the team. And what's fun to see too is that we talk about size being important, but some of the big hits tonight we're giving on smaller players. At the end of the game, Carrier with that big hit. Veleno's not known for his toughness, but he was dishing out some big hits, and even Caulfield, I think, in the second, might have given a pretty big hit. It's not the big guys, man. It's you don't have to be big to play physical. It helps, but you have to have courage. You got to be willing to do it, and So I read some comments before Caulfield scored saying that he was playing scared, and I don't see that at all. Look, he's a smaller guy. He's not going to beat you. He's not going to go head to head versus a 6'3" defenseman and try to beat him physically. It's not realistic. He's going to have to be shifty and move away. That doesn't mean he's scared at all. He's still getting into those hard areas and trying to get near the net. So kudos to the Habs. And we talked about that at the start of the series, how important that Washington series was last year and what they learned from it. And boy, the importance of making the playoffs, right, Grant? The things you learn.
Yeah. Yep. Right, Liam.
Boy,
I saw you tossing the pillows out of the way there. Get good man. Get that friggin' pillow.
Well, going to give me shit if they're in the friggin' way. Listen, boys.
Well, it is Mother's Day. You gotta be good. You gotta be good.
It's my first Mother's Day without my mother.
Right.
And I teed off this morning at 9:20, and let's just say that I just didn't tee off at 9:20. It's been a long day.
Okay, I got you.
So I don't know how much steam I got here, Grant, to be honest. We had a lot of emotion in that game. I'm going to hang in here for a little bit. Then I'm going in the hot tub, and I'm just gonna cherish this win. And I caught the end of your comments there. Loved it as usual. You're spot on, buddy, as you always are. And God damn, that was good. Oh Jesus!
Yeah.
What a win. So many elements to it. What a win.
No swearing on the podcast there.
No, I never swear.
I tweeted out in the first period. Cole first shift, right? Hey, he flubbed the pass. He didn't mean to.
Yeah.
It happens, right? But it's Cole, and of course he's the guy that right now everybody, And I just said like, he is going to make up for this. He's going to score a goal tonight. He'll be determined. You watch, and sure enough. Thanks to Lane and his magic. Yeah, what a friggin' move by Lane to.
Oh yeah. No,
if anybody was going to get Cole off the schneid, that was my thumbnail of Cole, with Cole, it was Lane Hudson. You just knew it, and I could have Liam. I might have been able to put that one in.
Hey, listen. The like you said, the giveaway on the flub clear, and then the miss, the first one that he healed again, and I was dying 1,000 deaths, as we are all with him, and it takes Lane to go in and put it on a tee for him, and he buries it, and I hope it helps him get off the schneid here, because we are going to need him. We're going to need him ultimately to win the next game, to possibly win this series, possibly beyond. We have to get him going. And so happy that he banged that one in. I don't care, power play or not. He's got 2. And I think he got an assist tonight. Did he not?
Who?
Did Cole get a helper tonight?
Oh, I don't know. Why don't I answer that for you right now?
Caulfield. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, of course he did.
So he got a helper as well. And look at all the pluses there. But
13 different Habs got points tonight, by the way.
Yeah.
Nice team effort, eh?
Yeah, just fantastic.
Yeah.
Arbor with the short right hand right at the end. Boom! Boom! Right there.
Yeah. I missed it, but I figured Liam would have the commentary for me on that. Thank you. So it was the right, eh? And it was Carrick.
Right over the top, eh? You throw it right from here. Boom!
Yeah. Are we going to see Stanley and Arbor go at it before the end of the series? Or
God, I pray to God. I'm literally going to bed tonight, probably a couple hours from now, praying for that.
Yeah. And Stanley, we saw, as everyone knows, I'm the biggest Logan Stanley fan in the world. Okay, maybe not. But the third goal, Bolduc, another strong game from Boldy. I liked I liked how he reacted to Malenstein and his little jump into the we won't get into the Garrett Rank officiating too much because the Habs railroaded it. There were some weird calls again tonight. Seems like every time there's a scrum, it's got to be either even up or a Hab goes in. Doesn't matter if the Habs gets 22 punches in the head. It's one aside, or Newhook gets cross-checked and they exchange a punch or two and it's evened up. Or Bolduc gets 4 minutes for being pushed onto the top of the goalie and getting punched 10 times. But anyway, the Habs managed to overcome it, and Garrett Rank. Not sure why he's one of the last 8 referees in the playoffs, but I guess that just goes to show you that the depth in the refereeing pool is a little thin these days. But what was my point? I got off on a tangent on the referees, and it just throws me for a fluster. But
Senior
anyway,
moment, Grant.
What's that?
Senior moment.
Yeah, that's right. yeah. I got to have another drink here. Rick, give me your thoughts.
Hey, that sounds like a fabulous idea.
Interestingly enough, of all the forwards who didn't get any points tonight, one of them is Josh Anderson and the other one is Nick Suzuki. Somehow those guys didn't get a point tonight. It just blows my mind the way things work out. I think every other forward got a point.
Nick got an assist. Nick got an assist at the end there on the empty net goal.
The empty net.
Okay.
Yeah,
sorry about that. NHL.com was wrong earlier, I guess, when that happened. But another fun little fact about tonight's game, it's the first time since 2010 in the playoffs that the Canadians got an all-Quebecois goal. On the Bodzer goal, I believe it was the Bodzer goal. He got an assist by Carrier and I believe Dano, if I'm not mistaken. And that was, like I said, the first Veleno and Carrier. Sorry, it's Veleno and Carrier. And that was the first all-Quebecois goal since 2010. Liam, I can't believe I got some trivia with Liam Maguire on. I got to be going crazy tonight. It's too good for my taste, I guess. But that's a fun little fact for tonight's game. But again, come playoffs, I'm not a big believer that you're going to be ran again by one line or a small group of players. Teams that have success in the playoffs have depth, and right now everybody's finding a role, and that's why sometimes when we do criticize, and I know I've criticized Marty St. Louis in the past by not using certain players more or giving them different responsibilities, and we wish that some guys maybe even a guy like Slav maybe sees a bit of penalty kill time, and I've been critical about it. But on the other hand, maybe part of his strategy is just teaching his team that everybody's valuable and we're going to need everybody to go far, and you want to give these guys opportunities that they don't often get, and maybe at a time like this it's time for them to respond. And that's the important part about today's game. Guys like Veleno was really good today. He was hitting everything that moved. He was just going at it. He impressed the heck out of me in his role. Again, I'm not saying as a first liner, but in a support role, he was great. Carrier was great tonight, playing some great defense and playing the body. Even though he's not the biggest guy, he went at it hard. It's a great way to build team spirit, but it's also a great way to have success when you have different options and different guys are producing. And Buffalo had no answer to that.
Okay, Rick, don't steal all of my thoughts on the game there, please. Thank you. Yeah. Veleno was it was one of the things I was going to bring up here. Another solid game from Joe. His first game in Montreal in the playoffs. Must have been pretty cool for him. I think he's been good since he came in, and I guess Stanley got a shot in the beak too, eh? Doc got a shot in on. I like to see Doc getting a little getting a little gritty there too. Scored another goal, 4 goals now for Doc in the playoffs. So much. It's funny, the guys that were going into the playoffs, Carrier, Doc, all of the guys that were kind of, they've all contributed. And now Caulfield's been the guy that's been criticized. He scores. It's just, As I was saying earlier to Rick, Liam, you know, Marty putting the lines in a blender has turned out to be maybe was a good thing, because, you know, I didn't like these lines the first game, but he kept them together. And I don't think it really matters who's on what line at this point on this team. If they compete and work hard and win puck battles, they can beat Buffalo no matter what the line combinations are.
Well, I'll say this here as we're what are we, 10 games in? We're seeing something. We went through 82 games with the Habs, ended up in third place in the Atlantic, tied with Tampa for second, a smidgen behind Buffalo. So basically they were all thrown in, you know, whatever. They were right there, but they were the top three. And they did it largely offensively on the back of our number one line. We're 10 games in, and the number one line, other than Slav in the first game against Tampa, has not been the dominant line in the other 9 games. And we're seeing maybe, I don't want to get ahead of ourselves here. I hate to do that, but we're maybe seeing something really special here. This is really incredible. So many teams say they offer up a lot of the same messages, you know. We have a really tight group, our coaching staff, Styles, our fans, you know, a lot of the messaging throughout the league is the same. Then you cut 16 and you get down to 16, and now you're down to 8, and it's just that much more difficult. And we're seeing what they've done here in these last 2 games in their barn, now on home ice. And I'm seeing some really, really special stuff going on here.
Yeah.
And
right.
I'll tell you, Rick, I'm not sure where Grant went here. It's off the screen, but maybe rebooting. But this is really special. What's happening in Montreal, and I'll tell you, I'm so excited for it going forward. Yeah. I really am. And the comments that are coming in, Rick, you can see them too, eh? Like just some great stuff here. Punch by Jack Guy and a Hugh message. How about Lindy having a rough night? That was a Montreal statement game. That's from
Liam, you know what I think is really amazing? This team that is, you know, starting something special. We're not talking about a bunch of UFAs there. This is a core that is signed for many years to come. Yeah. And they are young. Most of them haven't seen their best days. Most of them will get a lot better, and they're signed long term. They only have like really Demidov and Domish to sign to a long-term extension, but everybody else is signed, baby. No, none of them are going anywhere. We're seeing the first year of an 8-year contract for Hudson. Is that unbelievable? Is this unbelievable? So
yes, it is.
What, a second year of an 8-year contract? Wow.
Yeah. Sorry, I had to shotgun a beer, guys, and I wanted to do it off camera. So,
what are you worried about? Are you worried about the CRTC, or what are you worried about?
Yeah. What do you keep looking over to the left for? Is Wendy doing a striptease for you, or what? Are you watching that? Oh. No.
The TV is.
Oh, she's listening, eh? Okay.
I'm watching the Vegas game, and that's why I'm looking at. And because Maverick is outside, he's already.
I'm in charge.
Are you okay?
I'm in
All
charge.
right. Okay. All right.
Thanks, Donnie, for the $20, my friend. I hope you get your new 60-pack shipment in on the plane there soon, my friend.
Yeah, nice class act by Donnie to send that in, and that's great comments coming in too. I just love it. And Rick, great point, pal Grant. While you were shotgunning that pint there, it's just great stuff, and that's why I'm looking. I'm just catching the game over here as well. But yeah. Anyways, just fantastic stuff, fellas. Just Scoring by committee tonight, like you said, Grant, 13 different guys. Dobie solid. How is that not a major? Mel and Stein there running them. And someone's asking about the punch at the end of the game by Jack-Eye. Well, he's going to get a minor probably. You saw the ref point right at it. He's going to get a couple a minor out of that. There'll be nothing more. Just gave him a shot over the top. There's a scrum at the end of the game. You've seen that 9 billion times since the history of the NHL in 1917, and that's all that was. And thank God we had the sheriff in the lineup, had him out there at the end. I knew he'd be out there at the end. We all knew he'd be out there at the end for exactly that reason. And there'll be nothing more to that other than a minor penalty.
And Donnie McCaskill, another $20. 36 left. Like $36 left in your account, my friend. Thank you, man. 30.
Very, very gracious.
Oh, that's so nice of you, Don. So you've been through 24. You're a good man. I don't normally have beer before the show, just because. And I
want to go out with Donnie.
I was landscaping. I was landscaping today, and I
was golfing.
So yes, I did have a few. I had a couple during the Ottawa Charge game today, actually, and congratulations to the women, the Ottawa women's team prevailing in double overtime today. Did you see any of that game, Liam?
Well, no, Grant. I was golfing, and then the very important 19th hole.
Oh, okay.
Takes a tremendous amount of time. You need a calculator to add up all our strokes.
Yeah.
How many 3 putts? And we got to pay. In this case, I did not pay. I won. So it was a good day. And then where'd we go? Yeah, we had Mother's Day. We had a Mother's Day supper. Had to get home for the Habs game. And I just decided just to, just keep the party rolling.
Okay. Well, you don't
probably
even seem
best,
drunk there.
Cut me off
Liam,
in about 10 minutes, Grant. I'm just going to say right now, it's been a long day. I've had a great time. First Mother's Day without my beloved Sa, who we lost last August at 94 years of age. And I just wanted to come on here because I told you I would. And I know you're in good hands.
Don't worry, I'll be cutting you off.
Man, Rick.
Don't worry, I'll be cutting you off, my friend.
Good idea. Probably soon.
Yeah. Rick, can you top that? How many 0.5s you have today, my friend?
This is my first 0.5 of the day. I had like a lot of water, and I had my one glass of scotch that I have every night after supper. I have my
okay.
But when the Habs are playing, I pick a good one. Like I go with the good stuff.
Yeah.
And tonight was one of those where I savored it and I enjoyed it very much. But no, it's been a lot of 0.5 and a lot of water for me. And then because I love whiskey so much, I really I avoid alcohol when I'm having beer for that reason, just to keep it well balanced and careful.
Richard saying that goal was disallowed was a joke. The refs are getting worse, if that's even possible. I guess they thought he hit his pad, right, and kind of knocked it in.
Yeah.
It certainly wasn't, like my initial thought was, man, when the goals, it seems like when the goals around the goalie, when the Habs have a chance, they can, it's blow that whistle right away. And when it's, they can see the freaking puck through goalie's pads when it's Dobie. But I guess it was the call was that he hit his pad and it knocked it in. I think they were saying that. So, I mean, that was, you could argue either way on that. Certainly the angle that they show, you don't see that. The angle that kept showing and with when the puck went into the net. So it looked like a really bad call. But Liam, what was your thought on the disallowed?
It was a blown call. And thank you, Drum Dude, for the shout out to my mom. I appreciate that. It was a blowing call. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Obviously, we survived it. Thank God. Grant, you mentioned 10 minutes ago about Rank. It's tough. His history, some of the calls tonight, trying to take the bias out of it, trying to take my red, white, and blue shirt off here and just say, geez, like, let's look at it objectively. But my goodness gracious, like some of the calls. But, we got some we deserved. But, geez, it's like Balduke in that scrum. Like
4 minutes.
He takes 19 shots to the head. Are you kidding me? It's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. But you like to think we understand it, as we've been told, because I remember when I worked in the media, I had a full-time pass. Grant, I think you've been there too. Probably Rick, you as well, I believe. And I remember when in the mid-90s, I was working for the Ottawa Sun. And I told our editor, Rick Van Sickle, I said, I want to interview the referees. What's the process? And I put in you got to put a formal request in. I put a formal request in. Okay. So I pick any ref. I don't care. Linesman, ref. I want to talk to an official post game. And I said, I don't care how the game goes. So I can write a story about talking to an official post game. And I would make my notes accordingly to whatever happened in the game. And let's just say it was totally benign and nothing happened. And it was rejected. And I was a full-blown accredited media at that time, and it was rejected. I could not even have a conversation with anybody post-game. Think about it, guys.
Yeah.
Do we ever see anything? We see nothing. We see nothing about what these guys were told, that the supervisors who were there at the game and those who is it? Is it Wacom? Who's referee in chief right now? Even
I'm not sure.
I don't even know. But
no,
we're told that every single official has a laptop and they are contacted immediately post game about everything that happens. And as the NHL goes down from 32 to 16 to 8 to 4 to 2, obviously you have to cut officials as well, and we're left with allegedly the best. But there's something systemic that's missing from officiating right now. And just my own humble 2 cents on this. It started when they went to 2 refs.
Yeah.
I know the game's fast. I know the red line's out. But in my opinion, 25 years ago, it started as a pilot project, as you guys probably remember. And then they made it official. It started in 2000. I think it was 1 year. Boom. Yeah. And I think that we do not have the same officiated game, especially since we lost the year. And we came back without the red line, and they just saw it automatically. Oh my God, we have to have 2. We have to have 2. It's too fast. It's too fast. But one guy, all you had to do was give the linesman a little bit more authority to call the egregious stick fouls, and you would have had a much better controlled game. Because for 80 years before that, the guys knew how the game was going to be managed within seconds of the puck being dropped. And now you don't have that. And this is why I think we're getting the BS that we are.
Well, it's like, hey, when the NHL went from 6 teams to 12, Liam, or when they went from 12 to 16, like the product got watered down, right? And all of a sudden you go from how many refs it was, and you have got to double it, right? Because you're all of a sudden you need 2 for every game. And the same in the playoffs. Like, there's always been about 4 to 6 really, really good refs in every era, pretty much. Well, now they have to have 10, and there are 10. If Garrett ranks one of your last 8 friggin' referees, then you got an issue. Because that guy has been horseshit. That guy's been horseshit every game that he's reffed against the Habs this year.
Grant, watch the vulgarity, please.
Yeah. Right. He has been horseshit every game that he's reffed against the Habs this year. He was the guy. Remember the Edmonton debacle? That was Garrett Rank. And then the next night, the game he played, it wasn't as comical, but it was bad. And they said, "Oh, well, we got to have this guy reffing the Habs playoff." So you're down to 8 refs, and he's one of them. Well, if they only had to use 4. They've got 4 good refs, but I don't think they have 8. If Garrett Rank's one of your 8 officials, Rick. Oh, by the way, you reminded me, Liam. I texted Dave Jackson. I was supposed to get in touch with him this weekend. He said he'd come on. He'd come on the Habscast. So he said, get in touch with me on the weekend. And I had forgotten about it. And you reminded me. And I just texted him to ask him how his week is. So
he responded. I jumped on a thread that he was on. And I said, did you see that? And
well, he's been responding to my, no, not yours, Liam, but he's been responding to we've been doing back and forth and very respectful.
Yeah.
And, he's ESPN's referee analyst.
Yeah.
And I like the cut of his jib. So we're going to try to get, try to get Dave on there sometime this week. And I'm going to have a lot of, it should be a spicy interview. Just put it that way. I hope you can tune in.
Great. That's great.
Rick, your thoughts on
I think there's also a bit of a culture change that has to happen within the way hockey. And I know people hear those phrases and they get a little bit like, they don't love that phrase, but there's this idea, I think, in the way the NHL is officiated, that they have to calling it down the middle means calling equal amount of penalties on each side, which I never liked. Once in a while, the team's going to get more penalties, and you should call it. And another thing, too, is, that's what they refer to as saying we're managing the game. And I hate that. That's not the way you manage the game in my book. Look, I mean, I said this on social media earlier, and I posted this. I said, I'm getting a little bit tired of this idea that everything Zach Benson does is okay because that's just the way he is. He's an agitator and everything's okay. Like, no. You can't go into a scrum and start punching guys on the side of the head and then walk away when that happens. That's not the way he plays the game. That's not the way he's supposed to play. Hockey, in the best of cases, is a violent, aggressive sport. And if you let guys get away with that, you're going to bring in more cheap shots. And you have to manage it that way. You can't have guys walking in, punching and walking away and letting that slide. You got to be even harder on things like that. And they kept doing that. And I find that so frustrating that at the end of the day, it's going to be the same amount of penalties on either side. Listen, Montreal controlled much more of the game today. It's normal that Buffalo would get more penalties because they were chasing Montreal. They were trying to stop Montreal. Why would it have to be equal? This is the part that drives me nuts. You got to get the word out that at some point we're going to start calling penalties like they're penalties. And if one team gets a little bit more, I'm sorry, just deal with it. What do you want me to tell you? Part of it, I don't like. Look, like I said, scrums are going to happen. Sometimes a little shot, with the stick on the pads, or a little cross check in the back. Fine, I could live with that. But this idea of walking up the player, and I think McLeod too laid a punch on one player at the Habs at the end of the game while he was caught up. Might have been Doc. You can't ignore those things. That's the big issue I have more than anything else.
Zach Benson has not gotten the Brendan Gallagher treatment from the rest his first 3 years in the league. That's for sure. Gallagher, if he did half of what he did there, he was in the box for everything. And he could get creamed in front of the net, and that was okay because, I don't know, maybe he complained to the wrong ref and word spread in the referee's room. Or, I'm really looking forward to this Dave Jackson interview because I'll ask him some pointed questions, and it'll be fun to finally, even though he's an ex-Zebra, it's still, it'll be a good interview. I'm looking forward to that one, Liam. You got any questions off the top of your head that you'd like me to ask, Dave?
Well, I would. It's hard to ask him some things that are automatic that probably a lot of us think, like one why does it appear to the majority of hockey fans that officials call the score and not the game what they see? Like, that's probably one of my biggest things. And I dare any official, past or present, to tell me that they don't. So that would be one, because I can tell you that I have done hot stoves with referees, former referees, such as Kerry Fraser, who's become a friend of mine. And I have not done anything in this format with him, but I've been in front of a crowd with him on a microphone where maybe you feel you could speak with a little bit more autonomy because you're not in front of a camera. And he has told me that, yeah, that's absolutely been the case. So I'll be interested to hear Dave's comment if you do phrase that one to him, Grant.
So you mean like, okay, we've called 5 on this team and 1 on the other. We can't call
or you know, it's 2-1. It's 2-1 with 5 minutes to go, and here's a clear cross check, but we can't call it because it's 2-1.
Yeah,
you know, I mean that sort of thing.
Near the end of games, how many freaking transgressions get glossed over by the team that's trailing by a goal? It's just.
And the second thing I would say, Grant, is and this I didn't really address with Kerry, I can tell you, because the last hot stove I did with Kerry was about 6 years or 7 years ago. I did 2 with him in 3 years, but it was before COVID. And I know they're the refs, so they can't address the drop in the puck. But come on. I mean, this is ridiculous, these linesmen. It's ridiculous. How often do you ever see the penalty called? They'll always, as soon as the guy gets tossed, the next guy comes in, they drop it. Just drop the puck. Drop the puck. It's ridiculous. That's another thing they'll probably protect as well. We'll see when you get the chance to talk to him. But I know he is going to address it from the Stripes point of view. But regardless, I'm not here to criticize them all. Like, I did it for 2 years as a kid. I can tell you. It was probably most guys, right? Just about everybody I know had a stint as an official. I was 2 years and done. I was done. I got choked from behind. That's when the glass was really low, and you could reach right over. I'm 15 years old, and I got a dad choking me from behind. I mean, I just turned around and drilled him, and that was it for me. That was the end of my officiating. I'll tell you what, and the money was great. I mean, I was 15 years old, and I was making like $30 an hour a game. It was crazy at that time in the mid-'70s to be making that money. I didn't want to quit, but it's a thankless to work your way up. Much respect, ton of respect. Yeah. But at the end of the day, at that level, they should be as responsible as the players are for producing in the game to the extent that we all want them to as fans. Score, win. These guys have a responsibility putting the stripes on, and I do not think they're living up to it.
Yeah, no, I refereed a couple of years. There was a fella, funeral director, and yet he'd always been the most low-key guy I'd ever known in my life. And I called, his son tripped a guy on a pure breakaway with a minute left in the game. And it was a penalty shot. And the guy scored, and he came on the ice and he was just tearing the strip off me, like just irate that I had called a penalty shot against his fine son, even though it was as blatant as could be, right? And you just there was an example and I did it for 3 years up in the Gatineau Hills, and it just said, Liam, the money was good but thankless. So I do have some sympathy for referees, but do you remember when? Sorry, Rick. I'm just one more quick thing.
No, please go ahead, please.
Do you remember when they took the names off, like the year that they took the names off of referees' jerseys? Because I'm going to ask Dave about that. I don't know if he was refereeing at the time or not. Might have been before he officiated.
I want to say it was 20 years ago.
Was it in the 2000s? I don't know.
You know what? I got to
think
be
it might
honest
have
with
been
you.
a bit before that, Grant. I think it might have been in 1990s, if I'm not mistaken.
1990s,
Maybe,
yeah.
eh?
20 years ago, we're still in the 2000s. Yeah. It had to be. It was before that. It was before that. Yeah.
Yeah. But
I don't
I want
remember
to
the
ask him
exact
about
year.
that, and what he thinks of, like, if he was referee officiating. Like, did you want the names off? Like, do you not want to be held accountable for your job like everyone else is? Like, I'm going to ask him a couple of questions like that should be interesting, because I just I don't know. The era, the Batman era has been
94, 95, according to Wendy.
Okay, thank you, Wendy.
Oh.
Yeah, well, we were right.
Well, I said 20 years is 30. Actually,
Yeah,
it's
that's
30,
right.
31,
Yeah.
32 seasons. So
Okay,
31
well,
if you take out the lockout. So longer back than I thought. I
Dave-
didn't realize it was that far back. So
Dave probably wasn't refereeing in 94, 95. Probably not. But
no, I don't think so. No.
but like, just the Bettman doesn't want any criticism of the league, and especially criticism of referees. And I'm going to ask him about that, because I just, sorry, like, that they're well paid, and we criticize teams and players and coaches, and how come there isn't more accountability with the referees? I know it's a hard job, but maybe they would be better if they were held more accountable. Rick?
No, I believe at one point last year, I believe Marty St. Louis said to in the media, says, after a bad game, we look at the game tape and see what we did wrong. And I hope the refs do the same thing. And it seems like right after that game, for around 20 games, the Habs had like 3 or 4 more penalties than the opponent. It was nonstop. My gosh, is this like a reaction? It's gotta feel like it. As you said, they're very they can be susceptible to criticism. And it's funny because it feels like you could tell off the referees and tell them to go to heck and everything. And then you go in the media and says, well, maybe they could have done a better job. And that's offensive, though. That we don't like. As you said, Grant, you got to leave yourself open to criticism. And if you do, you become more human, and maybe people accept it a little bit better. And they got to get the word out. I'd rather hear them say after that, say, look, we got it wrong. From our angle, it looked like this. It's a mistake. I think right away you got 50% of the anger dissipates right there, saying, okay, look, they made a mistake. They admit it. Yeah. Better than coming across as arrogant, saying, no, we got it right no matter what anybody says, and that's that. That, yeah. I think, bothers people a hell of a lot more than admitting, hey, we got it wrong. It happens.
Well, apologies to our listeners for us maybe going off on the referee tangent a little too long here. But it was it's an interesting subject. And listen, Liam, you want to go in the hot tub, right?
Yep.
Okay, well, we're not going to leave you any longer here.
Absolutely.
Just, do you think maybe the Habs can win this series now after what we seen the last 2 games? Do you think you're a little more confident about them maybe being able to pull this off?
Yeah, I've always been hopeful that we'd see the trend continue that we did very early. I did anyway. I think we all did in the Tampa series where, as I said, last post game, I think, or pre-game, I forget which, but I was expecting Tampa to be more like Game 7, not quite to that extent, but that's what I was expecting. Didn't see it. Saw a tremendous Montreal team that ended up finding a way to get it done in Game 7 after probably deserving a better fate in Game 6. Now in this one here, totally understandable. Blow a tire in Game 1, totally understandable. And come back now with 2 dominating performances. Just tremendous. Grant, you said it right out of the gate, literally, at least when I came on board, 90 seconds after me coming in, 13 Habs, getting a point, or maybe Rick, it might have been you. But, I mean, what a show of depth tonight, and a show of just scoring across the board. Yeah, absolutely. Canadians, really, what we've seen after 3 games, are the better team. And just like I think we all felt, and especially me after calling Tampa in the first series, thinking that Montreal after 3 games, and yes, we all know what happened, Tampa coming back and the ping pong effect and what happened in Game 7, but oh my goodness, what a win tonight. I mean, especially after getting scored on as early as we did. This is not Montreal a couple of years ago where they would have folded. Like, this is such a different club. Second round, Game 3, and you're bouncing back. You're getting off the schneid on the power play. I know we were 1 for 8 going in. Cole gets a beauty. Lane's a beast. And, you know, Newhook has gone to another level. He's channeling Screech or something from Newfoundland. And the boys are rolling. So, yeah. Like, we should win this series, but we may not. It's still quite possible. But we should win based on what we've seen after 3 games. But, God, I've been there. We've all been there so many times and been crushed. So let's just keep it straightforward, keep it simple, keep pounding, pedal to the metal, and let's get her done on Tuesday.
Right on.
All right. We'll leave on this note here, Liam, for you. We'll let you go. Arbor bound to get a phone hearing for Check and Carrick. Yeah. No, I don't think that's going to be the case at all. It's there's been a lot of punches in this series, man. Every guy on Buffalo is going to get a friggin' phone hearing if if that's the case.
You know what?
All right, my friend.
Give him if that's the case, give him a fine. How many times do we see it's just a fine? Why is it automatically got to be a suspension? Throw a couple $1,000 fine or whatever the friggin' maximum is. Who cares? Sure. Give him a fine. All he did was give him a short right hand and drop the guy. And big deal, big deal. Anyways, Grant, I hope I know I'm going to go here, but I always say it, Grant. These people who check in, who are commenting, they deserve a ton of credit. And I hope you get a chance before you shut off to address some of these guys because they got a lot of good stuff on there, man. I got a lot of stars.
I got a lot of stars that I've pressed there, Liam. And once you're off here, we're going to talk. And Rick, I'll certainly get talking to.
Right. I'll get out of here. I appreciate you guys putting up with me, and I'm a little bit. I got a bit of a cold. I'm under the weather.
Okay, get in that tub, my friend. Thanks, Liam.
Boom. I know, Wendy. I know I'm not hitting anybody for real. It's okay. All right, guys. All right, guys.
Okay. Bye. Yeah, he may be 66, but Liam still packs quite a punch.
Yes, sir. He's great. I love his energy. I wish I had his energy now.
Yeah, I know, right? You're probably not long for this world either, right, Rick?
I'm going to be on for a few more minutes, but I will be going to bed pretty soon. I am waking up mega early, not to play golf, but to go into work. So.
Yeah, I have to take the young lad in, take his car in to be serviced and give him a lift.
Okay.
So, fairly early morning for me too. Lindy was having a rough night. That was a Montreal statement game. The Milestone goalie crash was ridiculous. Benson deserves what is coming as well as others. Buffalo really sank to new low depths. Gooley and Benson certainly have been having an adventurous series. It wasn't just tonight. It's been most of the series. Gooley, I mean, come on. Like, he's got, 7 inches on Benson. just whatever there, young lad. Like, keep doing your
Yeah.
thing. But Gooley has matched him. What we've seen from Gooley is the battle that he has in him in this series and in the playoffs. I did say going in that I thought he was a key, and that you might see the breakthrough. Finally, a healthy Gooley that's played. I don't know what the most consecutive games it is for Gooley to have played with the Habs, but it can't be more than 40. And this might be the longest period of time that he's had, except for the little maintenance thing there. But I don't really count that too much. I think they were, more than anything, they were just being cautious with him and getting him ready for the playoffs. And because I think they realized just how important Caden Gooley is to this club, because there's really no other defenseman kind of like that brings that total package when it comes to the shutdown, puck moving, mobile, rugged defenseman. He's got that whole package to be an elite defender, and we're seeing his full potential right now in this playoff, I think.
I totally agree. I mean, he's so much stronger, I think, than he's given credit for. I think people sometimes don't realize just how physically strong he is, but some of the big guys, and I mean, Buffalo have some big, heavy, strong guys, and he's able to at least contain them. He doesn't have to necessarily, pound them into the boards, but he contains them. And no, that's what's important at the end of the day. I mean, we love the spectacular hits, but you have to be able to get the guy and keep him out of the hard areas. And I think another aspect of his game, his mobility is impressive. Again, we don't see him as an excellent skater, but he moves very well. And one thing I like about him, I think that I've noticed more this year is I love the way he gets the puck out of the zone. It's a nice, simple first pass, like a nice little breakout pass. And if a breakout pass, he doesn't see anything, he moves it in a safe area where even there's no mistakes that happen. He doesn't make it easy for the opponent to get back to transition easily, because he places it well. He doesn't panic under pressure. So he takes the game really well on top of his physicality. Again, his opponents and his teammates know what he means to Montreal, and I think we're all finding it out, or at least being reminded of how important he is. Play a really nice mix of both for Caden Gooley.
Yeah, for sure. I had to sorry, Rick, I had to put this back in.
Sure.
And I'll get to that after we're finished here, because I realize that you need to get rolling here pretty soon.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I just I needed to, because I had my computer shut down. I wasn't shotgunning a beer. It just I think there was an update that decided that it was scheduling itself at a very opportune time. Shut down my freaking computer. But anyway,
God.
it just thank you, Windows. Anyway, it happens. Apologies, but I'm sure you guys held the ship there just fine in my absence. And hey, I wasn't panicking, because you two do a great job. You two do a great job of analyzing the game here, and safe to say that Liam was entertaining tonight.
I could just listen to hours of him talking. Again, love the energy, love the passion, and I love the background, all the trivia stuff he gives us. It's we're lucky to have him with us.
Brian's back. Oh my goodness. Germain Benoit. Germain, you made it back, buddy. Hello, Grant, Rick, and Liam. Been away a while. Glad to be back. Oh, good. I'm glad to see it back. I was wondering if he was going to show up for the playoffs. Brian got into a car accident a couple of months back there, and pretty serious. Got hit by a Mack truck. And listen, give us an update. Give us an update on your your wife's condition there, Brian. When you get a chance, I'd just be curious to know how she's
Oh
doing.
yeah.
Is she recovered okay from? I think she was having a neck problems. I think he was saying, or something like that. Hey, you get hit by a Mack friggin' truck, right?
Oh, of course, of course.
It's absolutely crazy. Don, stop it! Stop it right now! Another $10 from from
Wow,
Donnie.
Don. Wow.
I really appreciate it, my friend, but you're being way too generous. Thank you, thank you so much. And he says, "Go Gooley, go! Love his games. Go Habs, go!"
Yes.
Couldn't said it better myself. And Jermaine
Yep.
also gifted a Recruits Habscast membership. He, if you recall, was handing out gifting Recruits memberships like candy there. back in the day before before his unfortunate accident. But great to see you back. Great that Mark came back. All of the, one guy we haven't seen lately. I'm trying to think of his handle now, but he was always he played with Doc, or no, not with Doc, but before that in the Western League, he was, I can't remember his handle, but he was really, Doc's got to this, Doc that, Doc's got to go, da da da. Haven't seen him the last couple of weeks for some reason. And also the Buffalo trolls that came on after game one saying, Buffalo's going to win this in 5 games or sweep, or they're going to win both games in Montreal and they'll win it in 5. They haven't come back on since game one. I
know. And it was weird because we gave Buffalo a ton of love. We kept talking about how much we respect them and we love the city and we really want good things for them. And so I was surprised when he came and trolled us. I was like, really? I mean, we've been nice.
Yeah, I know. And retiring soon. $2 soon. Happy to contribute while I can. Okay. Tony the troll is AWOL. There you go.
My gosh.
Yeah. That's right. Tony the troll. Well, Rick, absolutely great what's going on here. Habs are at the very least what? They're going to be bringing it back to Montreal for game 6 at the very least. So 3 more home dates. Molson's going to be happy as you know what.
Maybe not actually, Grant. Buffalo only won 1 game. If Montreal win the next
No, I'm just saying, like at the very least, it's coming back to Montreal. Like even Buffalo, even if Buffalo wins the next 2, it's still got it. They got to come back to Montreal. Is all I'm saying. Right.
Oh, okay, sorry about that. Yes.
Worst case scenario, right?
Yeah.
But
yes.
I called 5 games for the Habs. If they keep playing like they did the last 2 games, they're going to win it in 5. We'll see. But that crowd was crazy good tonight too. Like they're so loud. I'll have to get down for the 3rd round if they somehow can do it. I gotta soak in the atmosphere of the city, because it's just going to be, it's only going to get crazier.
Of course. I think the series, it's funny to say, Grant, but I think there might have been some doubts. No, even in the first game, I don't think Buffalo felt that they really, it was a win that we got Montreal. I think in the back of their minds, they knew, like, we got kind of lucky because the first 2 goals were just flukes and then things fell apart. And then when the second game happens and Montreal really plays dominant and plays with a ton of confidence, I think that did something to their psyche a little bit. Because, man, I was not worried when Buffalo scored that first goal. I was like, all right, we'll see what happens. Usually I worry a lot more, but I didn't feel that nervousness. And boy, then when Montreal took the game over, again, the Buffalo was not moving very much, and they were just surprised. They got a few glimpses here and there, but then the goal, Dobesh stands on his head a few times when they needed him to. And I think at that point, Buffalo was thinking, well, we gave them all they have, and there's nothing else we could do at this point. So I get the feeling no, I think the series has really shifted very strongly on Montreal's side, and I think
Yeah.
Buffalo looks like they're holding on for dear life right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, like I said, worst case Ontario, as Drum Dude said there, pulling out a Trailer Park Boys reference from Ricky. Worst case Ontario. Yeah, doesn't take a rocket appliance to come up. Yeah, to figure out that the Buffalo Sabres are in trouble. Absolutely. Rick, thank you very much, sir. As always, some great commentary.
Thank you.
You're getting the hang of this, eh? Remember from our first podcast together till now?
Oh God,
You're a lot more comfortable in front of the mic now, eh, my friend?
Oh yeah, well, you made it easy for me. You've guided me well, given me some advice here and there, and the people have been really great. Give me a lot of confidence there with their kindness and encouragement. So, what a great experience it's been so far, and I'm happy that it's going on because this is a blast.
Yeah, for sure, man. And what does Germain do? He gets another Recruits Habs Cavs membership. Thank you, Germain. You're the man. And so are you, Rick. Thanks, as always, for coming on. I'm going to get to a bunch of questions here and crack another beer and call it a night myself. I've got an early morning. So
all right.
Good stuff, Rick. We'll hopefully see you post-game. What is it, Tuesday they're playing now?
Yep, it's Tuesday, and I'm good to go. Just let me know the plan, and I'm there.
Okay, good stuff.
Right.
Thank you, my friend. Have a good night.
Thank you. Bye, everyone. Thank you very much.
Bye. Enrico Springhetti, folks, the one and only. Let's get to some of your comments here. Actually, no. What I'm going to do here is give a shout out to our good friends, and I will, of course, get rid of this. Thank you very much. Producer Grant. Next Level Hockey. Specialist in hockey development, trusted by NHL prospects, like Owen Beck, by the way. He went there, so check it out. Whether you're looking to elevate your shooting, skating, stick handling, overall game, NLH is here to take your game to the next level. Visit them at nextlevelhockey.com and follow their Instagram at nextlevelhockey_ for daily tips, posts, and updates. If you or someone you know have young, aspiring hockey players who want to elevate their game, trust Next Level Hockey to guide them forward. Next Level Hockey. It's in the name. We're also sponsored by Bonachère Caves. Next weekend, folks, the caves are open. Book your holiday trip to Eganville, Ontario, only an hour from Ottawa. Beautiful Upper Ottawa Valley. Bonachère Caves on the beautiful Bonachère River. I grew up on the Bonachère River, actually, in Renfrew. So anyway, caught a lot of fish in the Bonachère River in my youth. Eganville, Ontario, a private family-owned business run by hockey fans. If you go, tell Caveman Chris, ask for Caveman Chris, and tell him that Grant sent you, and they'll give you the royal tour. I can guarantee it. All right, let's get back to some hockey here. What happened here? Comments just disappeared. All right, they're back. Oh, sorry, I meant to get to this a little earlier. William Martin, go Habs from PEI. William, hey, buddy. I hope you're still around. Sorry for not getting to your to that. Liam and Rick were doing lots of chatting and such. So good to have some PEI representation here. Casanova, Montreal is exceeding my expectations. I'm very pleased at this team coming together through adversity. Shows a lot of character. Yeah. Francois with a good question here. I'm wondering if Hage is watching the games regretting he didn't sign with the Habs. Well, Hage, look, I think he was a little banged up at the end of the year, and that might have had some decision in it. But hey, I never, I never criticize a kid for going back to get more schooling. It's not a bad thing, and he'll only be that much better when he joins the club next year after his junior year with Michigan. He'll be ready right out the gates next year. He's going to dominate, I think, college hockey next year, and he wants to win a championship, and I hope he does. Hudson's so smart setting up Cole, took advantage of the Sabre losing stick, and used the extra space. Yeah, well, it's not the first time Lane set up Cole. He set up his brother Cole a lot playing hockey on the rinks growing up. But yeah, he's well put, Spoolie. Habs are 1 year ahead of Buffalo as far as rebuilds are concerned. Might be, Good job by the boys. Don't know if you discussed this, but your thoughts on Jack throwing a punch at the end of the game. Well, sorry, that was a left. I'm a lefty. Yeah. I didn't see it. I was getting ready. I had to get down to the dungeon here, get everything set up. So I missed most of the last minute there. My apologies, but it was reenacted by Liam, and apparently got a pretty good shot in there. Hey, what about the 20 punches to the head that the Buffalo did all game? Are they gonna get hearings and fines? And yeah, the trade deadline, lots of requests for size and grip, but we haven't suffered from it so far. No. Well, what Hughes decided was, all right, guys, I have faith that you can fight through the heavy checking, get in there. If you compete just as hard as the other team, they've got the skill. If they battle as hard as the team on the other side, or even harder, and I think probably so far in this playoffs they have been more competitive than the other team, then they're going to be tough to beat. They'll be tough to beat the rest of this series, and if they win, they'll be tough to beat against Carolina. I really feel that way. It's not even Hudson's first year of his contract. Yeah, that contract going to look okay, and it looks okay now. Can imagine, eh? Always so generous, Don, isn't he? All you got, lads, are great. Thank you, Scott, and all you folks that are in the live chat are great. We have a hell of a gang here. I would say it's fair to say. I got to crack another beer. Hour and a half in, one beer drank. So too busy talking. Oh, I got a message here. Free tomorrow, 11 to 2 ET. Okay. I think I can maybe get that interview with Dave Jackson tomorrow. That's pretty cool, folks. I'm going to interview Dave Jackson. I look forward to that. Yeah, the puck was knocked in by the goalie, but he did hit his pad. The replay that we see, Ken, doesn't show him hitting his pad with the stick, but yeah, I thought it was a bad call. Demidov's going to go off soon. Yeah, I do believe that. I believe that. I think I'm just going to send Dave Jackson a message here. You got any questions for Dave Jackson, folks? Warren, we're going to the finals, boys. Spider-Man in net. We're invincible with a jack eye. Yeah. From a jack eye to a king. Penalties are cheating. View it as such. Granted in varying degrees. Yes. Demidov is playing well. The points will follow. Yeah, he's playing well away from the puck, competing hard, pushing back hard. Absolutely, the points will come. I still don't think he's with the right line mates. Newhook's got a couple goals, but it's not from creativity. It's just his hard work and getting to the net, using his speed. But I do wish that Demidov would get with more creative, offensive-minded line mates. Although obviously Newhook with 4 goals in the last 2 seems like he's offensive-minded, but I think you know what I mean. Refs can be frustrating, but hockey is by far the most difficult sport to ref. So many things happening incredibly fast at the same time all over the rink. It's tough. Yeah. 80 combined penalty minutes, madness, but that's playoff hockey, I reckon. Yeah. Wait till we go from 32 to 36. Yeah. Hopefully Bettman's not around for the playoff, getting the playoff format set then. Liam's spot on. They are scared to overstep each other. They need to be accredited. Yeah. The more eyes and cams and game is still worse off. Yeah. I think Liam might have missed this one. Scott. Dalwuni, 15-year Arctic ice. Okay. Did you say that you buy, what is this? You order beer by the year, 82 fours. Ah, okay. Impressive. So what, 1,600, 1,900 beer, 1,900 beer, 365, 5 beer a day. That's good. That's pretty impressive, Don. Yeah. Maybe Hage is watching and seeing Cappy sitting and wondering, shit, I wouldn't be playing anyway. Yeah, that's true. You wonder. Yeah. Newhook finding his game right now. Nothing wrong with that ankle. No. Well, he is the only Hab with a Stanley Cup, right? And he knows what it takes. He's kind of leading the way in the effort front, right? Playing heavy, battling hard. He knows the level that's needed to win a Stanley Cup. He witnessed it firsthand. He won a cup in Colorado. So nice to see, when I don't mind being wrong when it favors the Canadians. I didn't think Newhook should be in the top 6, but you score 4 goals in 2 games, you deserve to be in the top 6. And I hope this trend continues. He's playing best hockey of his that he since he's been a Hab, I think, right now, and that's good timing. Montreal was quite impressive yesterday. Colorado doesn't have a free ride. No, they don't. And that's just like, people saying, People saying, Carolina can't be beat. Look at their, well, people were saying the same thing about Colorado up until last game, right? Carolina's got to play a good team, and next series they will play. They'll have their hands full. Trust me. They're not sweeping the next series. I would be shocked. Yeah, Chevy Canyon truck. Oh yeah, Canyonero. You hit a Canyonero there, drum dude. Brian, did you buy a lottery ticket? That's lucky incident right there. I've drove Max and know exactly how tough those things are. Yeah, yeah. Yes, my wife and I had a crash a couple months ago. Thank God neither of us was seriously injured. It was a Mack trailer truck that hit our Toyota Prius. Wow. Love this gutsy performance by the Habs. Total team effort, great. Still a long way to go. Let's keep the support strong. Yeah. Well, I'm just glad Drum Dude's okay. Glad Brian's okay. Glad hopefully the wife has recovered fully there, Ryan. And it could happen with the Avs. Everyone has them penciled in for the Cup, but they could still bite the dust before that. Oh, absolutely, they could. They're not. Just a sec. Just getting back to Dave Jackson. I think we're going to. I'm going to do a interview with him tomorrow. So that's pretty cool. Missed this great post-game coverage from Grant and the guys. No one else does this as well. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Brian. We missed your commentary. 3-2 Anaheim. Okay. Go Ducks, go. I've got a friend of mine's son plays Mason McTavish. I know his dad. He's from Eganville, Ontario, by the way, home of Bonachère Caves. Valeno was playing heavy today. Great play in the Balduc goal. And all four, yeah, Valeno was. All four lines chipped in. That's pretty good. And, can't say enough about the unsung work of Deneau that continues as well. Deneau is just doing a lot of, he's competing. I haven't seen Evans compete harder than he has in these playoffs, and he gets into scrums now, and he gives as good as he takes in these scrums. I love it. Hey, Valeno's really developing, playing great hockey. Plus, I still think he'll be a 25-goal scorer. Bolduc, yeah, sorry. Bolduc is really developing. He is playing great hockey. Absolutely. Would love to see Valeno collect with that body check late in the third. Would have blown the roof off the barn. Yeah, he really had him lined up, eh? As I called him, Crier Tuck. New nickname for Alex Tuck. Crier Tuck. I put that up on X today, and that seemed to go over pretty well. He's doing a lot of whining. Cool to see Kirk Muller, torchbearer. What a great guy. Anyone that's ever met Kirk or followed his career, just absolutely fantastic human being. And yet, if you caught his interview between periods there, it was pretty cool too. He absolutely loved Montreal and hated get when he got traded, hated leaving. I hated him leaving too. Actually, it was sad to see him get traded, and I think it was part of the demise of the team when they just traded too much character. I thought in getting rid of Mueller when they did. Who is going to be the torchbearer in Game 4? That's a damn good question. My son's having surgery in the morning. Have a great night, everyone. Okay, Brian, thank you again for gifting a couple of memberships, and best of luck to your son and his surgery, and great to have you back. By the way, Mike, Born and Country sent me a text, and it was Dave's going to be just a sec here. All right. Cool. So I'm interviewing Dave Jackson tomorrow. Again, if you got any questions, let me know. Patty Roy, yeah. Playing for each other and ready to sacrifice them. Voodoo Pork Chop. Habs look amazing, focused on the mission, ready to sacrifice and paying the price to win. Well, you have to win. I agree with Bolduc, and I think Bolduc can be the Habs' Blake Coleman, very similar skill set game. Well, I like how he's upped his toughness. He's playing tougher than he did all season, and I think he got the message. He got the message that he had to play tougher. Mike, as I was saying from Next Level Hockey, he threw this out here. He says, I think to put the Canadians over the top, they would look at moving Fowler for a big exchange. Maybe sound crazy here, but what would you think about this? Fowler, Hage, Kapanen, another A prospect, and a first-round pick for McDavid and a depth player. Yeah. I don't know. Probably works on PlayStation. I don't think Edmonton would trade McDavid, but certainly if they ever did entertain the thought, Montreal would be a prime team, and I feel the same way about Sydney. The Canadians have the assets, so I get the notion that if you believe that Dobish is the goalie of the future, Fowler's got a hell of a lot of friggin' trade value. If you got a piece like like an A player in the league, elite player, it would cost you something like Fowler plus. But boy, if the Canadians ever did get that player, they'd be tough. They'd be a wagon, let me tell you. Anyways, I just it was interesting to get that text from Mike tonight. I hope he doesn't mind me reading it on the show, because it certainly caught me by surprise. And hey, I think that Connor McDavid will get traded. No, I don't. But Wayne Gretzky got traded from Edmonton, so that's always the answer for when you say, well, that guy can never get traded. Well, Gretzky got traded. and from Edmonton too. So anyway, is Edmonton Oiler owner in financial trouble? Sent him 25. What did Pocklington get? 25 million on top. Molson would have to send him a lifetime supply of beer. Ship more to him than what Donnie McCaskill gets there annually. Best wishes to you and your son. Well put, Deuce. You know what? Somebody was asking that, and I think, and it was like, who should be the torchbearer next game? And it was thrown out there. I don't know if Drum Dude was the one the other day, but Madame Belleville, would there be a bigger ovation if she was able to do it? 94 years old, comes to every frigging game still. Icon, right? Jean Belleville. It would just, the place would go absolutely bonkers if they got her to carry the torch. But I think they're going to keep it with players. It's the tradition, right? I mean, there's so many to choose from. They could be Big Bird, Lapointe, Bob Gainey, Carbo. You can go on and on, like Steve Schott, Pete Mahovlich, Jacques Lemaire. Like, there's still a lot of legends from the 70s still with us that you could easily, it would be fantastic to have carrying the torch. Any of those guys, I don't think it'll be Pierre Turgeon, even though he's on the, what is it, the Star. He's got his, that still bugs me that he got that special reward because of tradition, the way they have it set up. But it's like, really? The guy played a year and a half with the Habs. But anyway, first time in forever the Habs are healthy. Yes, nice to see them gel. Will do great winning board battles. Yeah, and Dobson looks fine. Dobson's playing well so far. Doge playing great, but let's not get ahead of ourselves and trade away someone like Fowler. I just don't think he has the mindset and skill to be a number one. Yeah, but you can only have one number one at a time. Kenny, I mean, hey, if you can get a McDavid, bye-bye. See you later, Fowler. Love him, but I mean, it would depend on what you're getting back, right? Yeah, he's got the skill set to be a number one. So does, guess what? So does Doby. But yeah, you don't make a trade. Don't trade him just for the sake of trading them. It would have to be for something absolutely phenomenal. And but if that were the case, and that's who they want, then that's who, I mean, don't forget Hage, Kapanen first, and then another A prospect. Those are all good pieces too, right? Like, I don't know. I'm almost as reticent to trade Hage as I am to trade Fowler at this point, because you've got Doby, right? Anyway, it's all things being equal, you're not in a rush to get rid of either goalie. Well, you're not getting rid of Doby now, but you're not getting rid of Fowler either. And it's not like he's going to turn around and demand a trade. He's 21 years old, Get PK to walk out with her, yeah. Yeah. Thoughts on the Buffalo forward who stopped for checking the dump in the first period when he saw Arbor Adam lined up? Yeah. Not the first to do that, and he won't be the last. I want Naslin to be there and carry the torch. to represent the 80s. Yeah. PK is too busy with ESPN to come to Montreal. Yeah. Mrs. Belleville were to raise the torch today on Mother's Day would have been the perfect day. Yeah. After an emotional game likely today by Dovish. Maybe Roy raises the torch next game. Richer? Every guy that I named other than Richer would be preferable for me. I know there are some younger fans here that want players from the 90s and 80s, and I get it, but Vinny Damput. Vinny was a huge part of that cup win. Loved me some Vinny Damphus. I agree, Grant. I'm just thinking that McDavid won't be traded, like you were saying, right? Deal for a 2 forward, I think, would be in our future, and you're going to have to give quality assets to get those players. Don't come cheap. A 2F, like a second liner, you mean? Yeah. Mats did Knuckles podcast. He said he barely follows the NHL, has resumed work as a carpenter and is very happy. There you go. So he's in the band The Carpenters now? Didn't know he could sing. I think, Grant, it's more a question of McDavid wanting out and the Oilers having no choice. And I think it happens because Oilers are a flawed roster. Wow. That would be something. Captain Kirk was a beauty. Great trade. Well, the one that got him in was a great trade. Not so sure the trade after that was, but they got a good return, but still, heart and soul guys win you cups, and we're seeing. What are we seeing from the Habs in this playoffs? A lot of heart and soul, eh? Yeah. Marcus telling us that Carrick was giving Arbor some short jabs in the scrum. Arbor answered with a right to the jaw. Well, I'll certainly see it in the highlights, right? We've got 931 watching on X. Why don't you hop over here to Habscast? By the way, I shortened it from Recruits Habscast to Habscast. So if you come over, you just YouTube at Habscast. Bing, boom. No more Recruits. By the way, I went to my old web. I still had it listed, recruits.ca, my former website, and clicked on it. Somebody bought the domain. I guess maybe I should have kept the domain, but I didn't. And somebody took it, and they're using my frickin' logo. They've got covering the Habs and draft analysts. These two guys I've never heard of in my life. Basically saying my whole spiel of what I used to do in Recruits, and the picture of these two guys, one of them saying 20 years draft analyst, I've never heard of the guy in my life, and stole my website, stole my name, and stole my logo. So I'm looking into it legally and see what I can do about it, because I'm not happy. I'm not happy that somebody, first of all, would do that, but especially just using my logo, even, like, come on, guys. Do your own work here. I put 10 years of freaking hard work into building a reputation as a half-decent amateur scout, and, cover a guy that covered the Habs as a journalist, and piggyback on it and just do, like earn your stripes, guys. Don't be. It's just sometimes I got too much faith in humanity. Yeah, I'm a small town hick, and I don't expect these things to happen, but it's just scummy. And whatever you do, don't support these fools that are taking advantage of the hard work that I put in for a decade, developing recruits, because it's scummy as far as I'm concerned. Everyone press the like button. It's free. It helps Grant tremendously. Yeah, Mark, if you're still on board here, maybe you can let me know, or somebody can let me know how many likes we've gotten so far. I like it to be 100 before I leave. You know the routine, guys. So pop out a chat for a minute, hit the like button. If you're watching on X, please come on over to the live chat. I'm going to keep going for a while here. This show, I try my best to, maybe I don't read every comment, but damn near close. Probably 75% or more, except comments that are made during the game, because it's kind of gets old. It's old by now, but come on and join. Interact with me and the fine folks that are always in our live chats here at Habscast. What have we got here? 936 on X, 90 on Habscast. So less than 10% are on YouTube, and that's how I make my money, my living, folks. YouTube. So Elon's not paying me. I'm supposed to be getting money from X, and he can't afford it. He's only a trillionaire. 78 likes. All right, let's get that up to 100, folks, please. Thank you. Kenny, I did mention Steve Shutt as a potential torchbearer. Yep. I said Shutt, Lemaire, Gainey, Robinson. Any of those guys would be great choices as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, it was a key. It was a key for sure. The recruits domain case should be winnable. I believe it's now called fair use. Yeah, well, Eric is the legal analyst, and this is right up his alley, Eric Macramella, and I'm gonna get Eric on the case, and we'll see if we can't get this, get them to go bye-bye, because they shouldn't be using my logo, and exact same copying, the exact. It's just not right. So it's not. Yeah, I'm talking about the trade. Yeah, Muller, key move and winning the cup. Absolutely. This is why they need the sheriff in the lineup. Yeah, I need sheriff on recruits too. All right. Almost midnight. I have to get up early, help the young lad out. I guess we won't have 100 likes before I say sayonara, but if you'd be so kind, if you're watching this after, please hit the like button. Or if you're watching it now and you haven't, please hit the like button, the hype button, subscribe, all that good stuff. It helps the algorithm, gets things rolling, okay? Let's go over the stats here. Eric he went to the Turks, and now he's in Geneva, and he's doing some cases that are similar to, just the kind of stuff that I, this is his specialty, this kind of stuff. So if anybody can get it straightened out, it's Eric. As far as this, what these guys are doing with my old website and name. All right, let's have a look at the. But Eric should be back in a week or so, and we'll get him on. Matheson, another 25. Carrier, 24 minutes tonight. He didn't really notice Carrier tonight, and that's not a bad thing, is it? Picked up another assist. He's getting a few points. Veleno, 5 hits. Newhook, 4. Again, I liked his battle. Arbor, only 1 hit register tonight. Shots-wise, Suzuki, Newhook, Anderson, Slav, all 4 shots. Deneau, 3. Evans, 3. Kirby, 4. Hey, when you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players with 3 or more shots, that's good. That's a sure sign that you're dominating the game. And hey, 62% on draws again. Where have we seen that number before, folks? It seems like 62, man. Every friggin' time. 62. What's 62% on draws. So the Canadians are just dominating in the face-off circle in this series. 2 assists for Lane, +2. You know, we knew that he'd come back from that subpar performance in the first game, and that he'd be looking to make amends for that. And it wasn't even really a subpar performance, just a couple of bad breaks really went against him, right? But you know, +1 for Matheson again. Just solid hockey from Mikey. 2 more goals for Newhook. You gotta love it. 2 assists for Evans on both of Newhook's goals. Demi picked up 1 helper. Veleno, nice to see him pick up a point. Texier, 13 different Habs with points. That's a great sign. Gooley +1 again. Just solid work from Ghouls. 14 minutes and penalties. Bolduc got 16. So, yeah, that ups the kind of, I don't know. Yeah, 36 minutes and penalties, but a couple of cheesy misconducts thrown in there, really, right? What did Arbor get? He didn't get a penalty? Arbor wasn't penalized for that? Okay. Guess the refs aren't big Sam Carrick fans. 4-2 Anaheim now. Good for them. I want them to win that series. Will never be a Vegas fan, ever. Whoever they're playing against, I'm cheering for the other team. I don't care who it is. The only thing possible is if it's a friggin' Toronto Vegas final, then I don't know. I probably won't even watch, but it is 16 minutes left. Ducks up 4-2. Go Ducks, go. Be mighty. Their depth is coming through for them, says Kevin Tucker. Future is bright. Goo, Habs, goo. I may have mispronounced those last parts wrong. 4-2. Thank you, Drum Dude. As always, it's amazing. Top line still not scoring 5-on-5, yet we keep winning. Well, hey, scoring the power play, it's important too, man. I don't care how they score. They can, as long as they score. Cole got a game goal tonight, and I don't care that it was power play. Doesn't matter to me. Just your odds of winning are better if you're getting spread out scoring, because they can't just, you shut down one line and you're done type thing. Good teams get scoring spread out throughout the lineup, and right now the Canadians are getting that. Coaching staff deserves a lot of credit, right? I didn't like the lines for the start of this series, and I said so. And, I mean, it was easy to criticize after the first game because, well, they were behind. They lost fairly convincingly. So I was quite happy to see that I was wrong. That Marty and company know exactly what they're doing, apparently. Yet again. So nothing bad to say about the coaching in this series. How can you? Oh, I didn't notice that Brian sent some money too. Thanks, Brian. Gifted a couple of memberships and sent $10, $50 from Donnie, I think. Hey, fantastic! Thank you so much to both of you. You really have helped keep this thing rolling here. That's for sure. Thank you. And Mark, of course, as always, your generosity is much appreciated. A couple of more drinks left here. Are we up over 80? We get up over 80 likes yet? Maybe I'll stick around for a few minutes, and if it's getting close to 100, it's amazing top line. Oh, okay. Got no more comments, folks. We've got 955 watching on X and 81 tuning in to Habs Cast on YouTube. Hop on over, folks. If you're on X, hit that like button. Give her a hit. It's Habscast on YouTube. If you type in Habscast, should take you right there. All right. 89 likes. Hey, it's funny how that jumps up once I beg, eh? That's 11 likes in 10 minutes. So if I stay on another 10 minutes, we get another 11 likes, right? Have a great night, Grant. Talk Tuesday right after the game. Oh yeah. By the way, I guess I'm doing an interview with Dave Jackson, ESPN's referee in chief, tomorrow. He's wondering what the subjects will be. I might be a little vague with that. Yeah. Habs showing. Oh, hey, somebody posted something. Habs showing they can win different ways. Tight checking in the Tampa series or freewheeling like this one. Yeah, I know. The Habs definitely they can beat you in a lot of ways. They can outskate you. They can outstick handle you. They can battle, exchange punch for punch if that's what you want. they can do a lot of things. There's no doubt about that. Okay, I hope everybody got a good look at those stats. Sometimes they're towards the end of the podcast. Wait a sec, I still got the stats up there. Love to see the boys win this in 6. Easier on my nerves. I'd be okay with 5, Drum Dude. Especially since, I picked the Habs to win in 7 the first round. I picked them to win in 5 in the second. So, I mean, if that happens, all of a sudden I don't mind making predictions. Something I've never overly liked doing, I have to say, is making predictions. But I prefer making them when they end up being right. I don't mind being right. What's this join? Join this channel. Oh, okay. So that's a new button, join. Habscast patron, Habscast VIP. Wow. That's kind of cool. There's a join button now up beside the subscribe. Gonna click on this. Peter Mansbridge. See how many likes we've got. 93. I'm gonna click on it. 94 likes. Okay, 6 more, guys. I want it up to 100 before I sign off. So 94. 6 more of you. Give me the thumbs up. I'll be a happy camper. I can sign off. Oops, I'm at 5. Yeah, okay. 5 would be less hard on the nerves than 6. I'm hoping for 5 games too, Grant. Yes. What a masterclass. Frederick Houston. There's a new name. Houston, we don't have a problem. After a game like that, my friend. Yep. Was a masterclass. That way those Sabres trolls can come back and say they were right about the number of games, but not the right team. I like your thinking, Ken. I like your thinking. Like I told you, Tony the Troll. I said 5 games, didn't I? Yeah, you just misspelled Montreal, Tony. Tony the Troll. Still says 94. Yes, Dick, it is a great day to talk hockey. 96. 96 likes. If you're watching on X, hop on over, hit the like button. I got faith in you, folks. It's funny, I keep showing 1042. 1,042 people are watching right now. And Rick's handle on Twitter is Rick1042. What else can we talk about here? Oh, okay. Laval. When you talk about poor refereeing, my goodness. I don't know how many Rocket players got tackled in the last 3 minutes of that game, but it was preposterous what they let Toronto get away with. There should have been about 5 penalties, and Kakinen lets in a couple of stinkers. Just I almost wish that Fowler could have been down. And hey, Pickford doesn't end up getting called up because I think he was banged up a little bit, and so they wanted to rest up a bit. But I do believe if there's not much use of bringing Pickford in for like 2 days, and then if they lose, he doesn't get to play anyway. You know, back on the farm, season over. So, but I think they would have invited him to join the club if they won against Toronto. And unfortunately, Reinbacher didn't get to play. Well, he'll have a lot of time to, you know, he's going to have a lot of time. The positive of that is that he has several months now to heal whatever's ailing him, and I'm sure he'll be ready for camps and important off season for Reinbacher. He's got to get ready for camp, come in next year, and win a job out of camp. I think he will. I think that's been the hope and you know, the plan. Just give him a full year in Laval, and next year start the year with him. But you do still have to wonder, right? Who it would mean that there would have to be a defenseman moving on, at least one. So who would that be? It'll be an interesting offseason regardless of what the Canadians do here, I think. Obviously, if they win a cup, they're not going to be that active, probably. They won't have to be. But obviously they haven't won a cup yet either. Sabres should be called the Buffalo Maple Leafs. Ooh, yeah. Do I see Hughes signing Malkin a year or two to play and mentor? Yeah. Well, you might not see. Jurowski's not going to be on the big team for at least 2 years, so he wouldn't really be mentoring Jurowski. Demidov, I guess. I don't think Demidov needs too much mentoring, to be honest with you. I mean, it would bring another big body to the top six. Who knows? That'll be something. Right now, Kevin, I'm really not focusing too much on what the Canadians will do in the offseason. I think a lot will depend on what they do the rest of this postseason, right? It's going to be imperative that they play well here. If they play well, if they go far, they're not probably going to have to do a hell of a lot. Maybe they add, mind you, bolstering. You always want to bolster the lineup. If you can be even better, then what the hell? But we're up to 98 likes. Two more people press the thumbs up, and I'm out of here. So are we going to be able to do that, folks? 99. One more. Demidov is integrated well with the team and league. He has a few guys on the team already that can show Demi how to elevate his game. Yeah. I'm at 101. All right. Thanks, guys. Got it over the top. Appreciate it. Thanks, Deuce. 101 likes. 101 Dalmatians, 101 likes. Yeah, Demidov. I liked on the bench there when him and Slav were on the tablet and Slav was showing something, and you know that's his driver because Slav keeps crashing his cars. But I you know those two get along great. I think Demidov is just a really good person, a good character guy, very humble. There's no airs about him. Really like that kid, and I think somebody as talented as he is to be as humble as he is, and I think Slav is that way too. You got to love it. They're they're going to be liked by teammates, and there'll be lots of guys taking Demi under their wing. I guess the off-season changes if we win the cup, eh? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's a little early to be right. Oh, really got a fortified. Well, not if they win the cup. They don't. Youngest team in the league, second youngest team in the league. They win the cup. They're only going to be better next year. So there aren't too many guys on the down slope, really, right? Keep things the way they are, and at the trade deadline, if you want to unload Dano or something, because he's going to be a UFA, or who knows. But again, I'm not right now, Kev. I'm not too focused on what they should be doing in the off season, because still evaluating this team. Right, they're in the middle of a great playoff run, and if they go to the cup final or they win the cup, don't think they're gonna have to do a hell of a lot. Just keep doing what they're doing, make some nice draft picks, keep building bring in like Beck, Jackeye, Reinbacher next year. May not have to do anything, really. So they're in a great state. I'm in a great state. It's a great day to talk hockey with you guys. Thank you, everyone, for coming out. Thank you for hitting that like button more than 100 times. Yes, Kev, it's amazing what Habs guys not even in prime and players in the pipeline. It is for sure. I ran into somebody today at Canadian Tire, Canada. Saw the Habs shirts. Are you Grant McCagg? Yeah, that's me. I keep running into it. It's cool how many Habs fans there are in Ottawa, and how many I end up running into. It seems like every week over the past 2 months, it's different person, and it's out shopping. Hey, I know you. I think it's great that there's Habs fans everywhere, and a pile of them in Ottawa, pile of them throughout Canada, and they're Canada's team right now. Let's keep her going, folks. Gonna interview. I gotta get off here and get some questions ready for Dave Jackson. I'm interviewing him tomorrow, I guess at 1:00, which will be very cool. I'll put that interview in the vault, and maybe do a live podcast tomorrow at some point. Yeah. On this note, Ken, I will depart. Cartier has definitely quieted the critics with his play in the playoffs. I guess the needed players are less than what we thought this offseason. The need for players, yes, absolutely. All right. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for coming out. Great to be a Habs fan right now. We had to be patient. We had to be patient for several decades, but the future not only looks bright, but the present as well. And it's a great feeling. Thank you as always, everyone, and have a good night. And hopefully we will see you either tomorrow or after the game on Tuesday night. Okay. Bye for now, everyone.